Hello, my dear friends. Good morning to all of you. In the last video lecture session, you learned about the Maslow's hierarchy need theory, right? And this theory is based from the unit number 6. And after this Maslow's hierarchy need theory, the second part of this unit number 6 is the introduction to management. So I divide this introduction to management total, we can say, contain in the two part. So first part is the introduction to management and second part is the principles of management. So in this particular video you learn about the what is the management, what are the characteristics of management, what are the scope of management, and what are the levels of management, and the difference between the administration and the management. Okay, so first 5 units regarding this PEM subject is all are based from the economics, and there are the last 4, we can say that 6, 7th, 8 and 9 unit is totally depend on the management. So first 5 part are totally based on the economics, and from the 6th unit we have to start this management theories. So first theory regarding the Maslow's hierarchy need theory we discussed in the last video lecture session. I hope you seen this video lecture session. If you don't seen this video lecture session, then you should know and you should learn from this video lecture session, because Maslow's hierarchy need theory is very important on the point of view regarding your examination. Okay, so let's start this chapter, introduction to management. So first of all, what is management? Management is the process of involving planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So these all are also called the function of management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So in detail regarding this function you should learn in the unit number 7. Okay, so planning means what and what are the functions of this planning, you should all learn in the unit number 7th. So in this session you learn what is the management. So in simple word you say that management means planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling the human efforts and achieve the stated objective in the organization. You should, we can say that you should organizing, planning, staffing and directing your team, your employees to achieve your objectives in the organization. So it's called the management. In simple words you see that things getting done effectively from the human being, it's called as the management. So definition by some of the leading management thinkers are given as: first one, there are the F.W. Taylor. F.W. Taylor says that management is the art of knowing what you want to do, that thing that is done in the best and the cheapest way. Okay, management means what? If you have to assume that I have to build a new firm and I have to require these types of employees and laborers, then your goal is to get the cheapest. Okay, cheapest, you have to get the cheapest cost and get the higher profit. So management's main work is to that you have to doing the cheapest way, you have to use the lowest money and get the highest profit. So this F.W. Taylor have to seen this type of video, we can say that type of definition. In examination if you learn this thoroughly, then and then you have to write this F.W. Taylor name. Okay, then after, management is the multi-purpose organ that manage a business and the manages the manager and the manager works and work. Okay, so according to this Peter Drucker, he says that the management is the multi-purpose worker. In this, then manager should do in the business and also manages the worker and work in the organization. So it's called as the multi-purpose organ of the organization. Then the value of studying in this management, why should you learn this type of management in your syllabus? So first one, the university of the management. The good management is needed in the all organization. Whenever you have to doing the work, you have to doing the job, you have to also start in your new startup. At that time this management is very necessary. Then and then you should learn this type of management theory in your syllabus. Second one, the reality of this work. Employees either manage or are managed. if they have to they have the self respect and we can say self accuracy, then they should eitherly they have to self manage, or you have to manage this type of labor and employees in your organization. Then after, rewards and challenges of this being a manager. Management is offers to challenging, accepting, and to creative opportunity for the meaningful and the fulfilling this work. So the successful manager is received the significant and the monetary rewards for their effort. If a manager have to doing this type of work very effectively, then they have to also get the monetary benefit. You should learn about this in the motivational theories, right? So you can easily get this type of, we can say, motivation, like monetary and non-monetary motivation. So it's a one type of, we can say, value of the management in the study. Then what are the difference between the efficiency and effectiveness? Sometimes we have to consider as a similar meaning in the effective and efficiency and effectiveness, but there are the different meaning in the management. Managerial concern is the effective, we can say efficiency means what? Efficiency means doing the things right. Getting the most output from the least input is called the efficiency. If in organization they have to given you the least output, or we can say that you have to get the least input regarding the raw material, labor, and your main work is to get the least output from the we can say get the higher output. Okay, least input from the higher output. So it's called the efficiency, and efficiency means doing the things right way. Then effectiveness means doing the right things. So attaining the organizational goals. Sometimes in the organization, some manager have to doing the faulty and misbehavior in the organization. So they have to be a self, we can say perspective, selfishness, we can say motivation, and self motive is created the disaster for the organization. So this effectiveness and efficiency both are requirement in the management. So efficiency and effectiveness in the management. So efficiency, there are the means, and effectiveness, there are the ends. Is the resource usage in the effective manner. Means in the organization, if they have to provide you the input, then you have to use this input very maximum, and you have to try to reduce the waste from this input. And goal attainment, there are the low waste, there are the main objective of the efficiency is to low waste of the raw material. Here there are the main objective is to be a high attainment. So management is to strive for the low wastage, means high efficiency, and the high goal means high effectiveness. So high efficiency and high effectiveness, in which organization they have to follow that high efficiency and high effectiveness, then they have to get the higher profit and the good market, we can say they have to penetrate the all market and get the higher profit and good image in the market. Then what are the nature of this management? So management is goal oriented. Management always doing on the basis of goal. According to goal, you have to manage your organization. Then management is universal. Okay, how is universal? From your house, means whenever, take the example from your house, that whenever you have to wake up, and from your school, we can say from your college studies to your we can say day to day routine life, we have to manage all these things. And as a housewife, okay, they have to also doing this type of management, like time to time cooking, and time to time we can say all the work they have to doing, right? And that's also, this concept is also applicable in the organization. If they cannot complete the time to time work, they cannot achieve the target, and if they cannot achieve the target, they have to face the loss. So universal target, in your student life, you also doing the management. You have to doing the timetable, you have to prepare the timetable, and then after you have to follow this timetable, and then you have to achieve your targets, right? So it's a management is a universal. Then management is an integrative force. Management you have to find in within yourself. Okay, so it's a one type of integrative force. Then it's a social process. Management is a social process. Why management is a social process? Because management you have to done within the organization with the human resource. So in the human resource, you should develop the interpersonal relations. So it's called the social process. Then after, management is a multidisciplinary, means you have to follow the all rules and conditions in this management. Then management is a continuous process. After the one task you have to complete, you have to start the new task. So it's a one always continuous process. Then management is intangible. We cannot measure the management in any sentiments or any standard form. Like we cannot measure that organization have to doing the 1 kg management. We cannot measure because it's an intangible thing. Then management is a art as well as a science, because in the manager have to apply their skills and knowledge, so it's called as the art. And if you have the knowledge, then and then you have to create, means knowledge is power, right? So in the science is they have to consider as a knowledge, and you have to apply your knowledge, it's called the art. So management is the art and science both. Then what are the scope of management? First one, production management. So in the production management, they have to design the product. First one, they, if in the marketing sector they have to work, then they have to doing that production design, means in the which manner they have to design the product. Second one is the location and the layout of the plant and building, because if the location of the plant and your building is we can say so far from your market, then you have to face the losses, right? Because there are the transportation cost is higher. So the location, you have to find out the location where you can easily find out the raw material and easily find out your market. Then planning and control of the factory operation, because sometimes it's created the accidents in the organization, like a factory, in the factory they have to doing this type of machinery work, so it sometimes is created the disaster and accidental we can say problems are created. So you have to planning and controlling the factory operational. Then operations of the purchase and storage of the material. So after the purchasing you because some items like in the textile field, they have the raw material require the cotton, so there are the season of cotton, and then after the cotton cannot available, so they should create, or we can say they should purchase in advance, and they have to doing this type of storage facility. If they cannot have the proper storage facility, then they have to face the losses. Then after inventory cost and the quality control, they always try to we can say control on the inventory cost. Inventory cost means your stock cost, because stock, if in our organization stock is higher and our we can say production is higher, but our sale cannot be such we can say standard, so we have to face the loss. So always try to decrease the inventory cost, means stock cost. If your our cost is lesser, then we can say that our sales is higher and we can get the higher profit. Then research and development, etc. Means in the production they have to doing continuously research, and they have to find the new methods and new ways to reduce the cost. If we have to reduce the cost, then there are the higher margin of profit and we can get the higher profit. So production management, here you have to given that there are the PMS, production management system. So they have to doing the finance. First of all, for the production they have to get the finance, inventories, raw materials, production activities, then sales, then CRM means critical method, means critical research method, then the purchase, and they have to manage in the production management system. Second one is the marketing management. Marketing research is to determine the needs and expectation of consumer. Main job of the marketing is to find out the expectation and the need of the consumer, and according to that basis they have to get their production. So marketing is very important. Here is a word is considered the consumer. So sometimes we have to find that consumer and customer both are same, but they are not same. Customer are not the end user of product, they have to purchase the product for resale, so it's called the customer. And consumer are the person who are the end user of our product, so it's called as the consumer. Planning and developing a suitable product according to we can say need and according to the expectation of our we can say customer, we have to build up the new things. Okay, then and then the product is sell in the market. Then selling the appropriate price. We have to set the appropriate price. If our price is higher than our we can say competitor, then our product cannot we can say purchased by the consumers. So always set the appropriate price that you can not get the loss and not get the we can say surplus profit. Then selecting the right channel of distribution. So channel of distribution sometimes is shorter and sometimes is a longer. Sometimes wholesaler, then after wholesaler, first one is the production, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. This is a short we can say that channel. And if your product is penetrate all over the country, then you have to require the higher middleman. Okay, so according to your channel you have to distribute the your management system. Then promotional activities like advertisement and the salesmanship and the communicate with the customer. You have to continuously doing the advertisement and the communicate with your customer, so you can easily find out your customers' need and expectation. So marketing management, in first you have to doing the planning and the analysis and evaluation of your marketing objective, then organize your activity, doing the staffing, coordination, directing and controlling. So you can easily doing the marketing management. Then after financial management, we in the last video lecture session we learn about that money, right? So money is a very important. Without finance any business cannot run. So first one is selecting the appropriate source of fund. First of all we have to select that if we have the higher fund then we cannot get the debt fund. So first one we have to select the appropriate source of fund. Second one is the rising is required the fund to the right time. At the right time, sometimes in the organization they have to develop this type of financial management, but they are not appropriate because they cannot doing this activity at the right time. If you not doing this activity at the right time, then you cannot get the right we can say decision and you have to face the losses. Okay, so always doing the right activity at the right time. Then administration of the earning. After you have to get the finance, then you have to we can say manage your fund appropriately. So try to get the higher maximum usage of the fund and try to reduce the debt money. Estimating the volume of the fund. You have to estimate that what are your equity fund, what are your debt fund. Okay. Then after personal management, it's a manpower planning. You can in the organization you have to recruit the labor and the employees, so you have to doing the planning of them. Then after recruitment, first one recruitment means you have to get and get the person, and then after you have to select the appropriate person for the appropriate job. If you select this, then after you have to given the training to them. After the training you have to doing the appraisal. Appraisal means you have to doing the evaluation of their work. Then promotion and the transfer. If any person are doing the good work, then you have to given the promotion to them, and if there are the requirement of the new we can say changes and new environment, then you have to given the transfer for them. Then compensation. Compensation means you have to given the remuneration to them according to their skills and knowledge. Then employee welfare services. You have to doing the employee welfare services. You have to provide them different types of allowances, house rent allowance, then petrol allowance, diesel allowance. Okay, then personal records and the research etc. If they you have to record of the each and every person whatever they have to work in your organization, you have to doing the record of them in the proper format. Then after levels of management, so there are mainly 3 levels of management: top level, middle level and the lower level. Top level, they have to consider the CEO, board of directors who are making the policies and making the decision for the organization. So it's called the top authority. Then after middle authority, they are considered for the problem solving and team building activity. They have to be consider the performance whatever the command given by the top management. Middle management have to doing this type of work, that they have to be connect this lower level and top level, so it's called as the middle level. In the middle level you have to consider the head of the department, managers. Then after lower level, in the lower level they have to doing the work whatever they have to assign, that whatever the command given by the middle level management. In this lower level management you have to consider the worker, like worker, foreman, peon, gatekeeper, all are considered as in the lower level management. Okay. Then after, management level and skills. So in the top level management, they have to require the conceptual skills is higher. Okay. In the middle level management, they have to require the human skills, because they have to connect this top level management and this level. So they have to require the human skills. They have to be required that both they have to connect to each other. Then after lower level, so they have to require the technical skill. They have to higher require the technical skill and less require the conceptual skill, because they have to be operating on the machinery. Whatever the decision is taken by the higher level, they have to be applicable in their work. Then after this difference between the management and administration, it's very important, and it's asked in the GTU examination, so you should learn it very carefully. So first one is the meaning. So what is the meaning of management? An organized way to managing people and earn the things of the business organization is called as the management. Then administration means what? The process of administration is the organized by the group of people is known as the administration. Then authority. So here management is doing in the middle and lower management, and administration is doing at the top level management. Here the management role is to be executive. Here there are the decisive role, because they have to take on the decision. Then concern with, they have to be a policy implementation. Whatever the policies formulated by the higher authority, they have to be doing the implement these policies. Here they have to be doing the formulation of a policy regarding the regarding our organization. Then area of operation, its work as the under administration and its full control over the activity of the organization. So they can not doing the any we can say higher authority, because they are the higher authority, and they have to be work under the administrative. Applicable to profit making organization, like in business organization management is applicable, and in the government office, military clubs, business enterprise, hospital, religious and education organization, they have to applicable the administration. Then after decides, so who will be do the work and how it will do this type of work. So in the management they have to decide this, and what should be done and when it should be done. So in the decisive role they have to be doing this type of activity. Then work, so it's putting a plan and policy into the action, so it's called as the management. And here they have to formulate the plans and the forming the policies and setting the objectives, so it's called the administration. Then after focus on the managing work. So here there are two main focus is doing the right work at the right time, and here they have to main focus is to making the best possible allocation of limited resources. Key person, here key person in the management is a manager, here is the administrator. Representatives, it's the employee who work for the remuneration, it's one type of representative of them. Then here the owner who get the return on the capital invested by them. Then function is the executive and governing function of the management, and here there are the legislative and the determinative role of the management. So in this particular video you learn about the introduction, meaning, nature, scope, then after what are the functions of the management, and there are the difference and the level of management you have to learn in this particular video. Okay, so thank you very much. Here we completed this unit number 6 part 2 first we can say session. So if you have any query regarding this management studies, so you can contact me anytime. Okay, thank you very much.